The president issued a warning to Senator John McCain after McCain said the, quote, half-baked spurious nationalism backed by Trump is unpatriotic. Take a listen.
You heard what he said yesterday, Senator McCain.
Yeah, well, I hear it, and people have to be careful because at some point I fight back.
Yeah.
You know, I'm being very nice. I'm being very, very nice. But at some point I fight back, and it won't be pretty.
So let's get more on this now from Meghan McCain, the newest co-host on The View, and our chief political analyst, Matthew Dowd. And Meghan, let me begin with you. So you heard what the president said there about your dad. Where does this go next?
You know, I think the fighting between them just comes from the fact that they have deep ideological differences of perspective on how America is run, how the Republican Party should work together. But on a personal note, I don't know about you, but I'm exhausted with the infighting within the Republican Party. I'm exhausted with the attacks on my father. I don't know if you guys have heard, but my father is fighting glioblastoma right now, and there's nothing that could possibly happen or be threatened to me and my family that couldn't possibly be more painful than what we are going through right now and have gone through in the past 3 months. So whatever threats are being levied right now, I'm telling you, we're a tough ride or die family, and right now there's really nothing that could possibly happen that could possibly be more complicated. And I just have high hopes that someday President Trump and the rest of the Republican Party can find some common ground together where if you have any kind of difference of opinion on the future of the country or the party, that you're not just automatically going to be threatened in return.
Yeah, and the question is they're trying to actually come to some agreement on big issues like health care and taxes, even as these personal attacks go on.
Yeah, and again, I have high hopes that it will happen. I'm a little confused about the bipartisan agreement with Democrats regarding the health care bill, because when you have people like Rand Paul and Mike Lee, who are more on the libertarian side of the party, who really just want repeal and don't want any replacement, that was part of the problem with the original bill. So I don't understand, if you're a supporter of President Trump and you are part of his base, he ran on repealing and replacing Obamacare, and now for them, will a compromise with Democrats be satisfactory? I just don't see how it's going to be possible.
It doesn't seem like that, although your dad is one calling for bipartisan compromise.
He is, and I think, again, he is, and my father obviously was the infamous down vote, but I just don't know if it will be satisfactory to his base.
Let me bring in Matt Dowd on this as well. And Matt, it does come, the president is trying to get Republicans rallied behind tax reform, trying to get them rallied behind something on health care, yet these self-inflicted wounds continue, starting with how he talked about the fallen families.
Well, every single time that you think Donald Trump has turned a corner and he's going to do something that is going to be positive for the country and actually politically positive for himself, he does another thing that reduces his approval ratings and drops him down. Keep in mind, George, the only time that Donald Trump has risen in his approval ratings in his entire presidency was when he had cut that deal with Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer on the debt ceiling. And so if he can reach an agreement on DACA, if he can reach an agreement on taxes, if he can reach an agreement on health care reform, then I think his numbers go up. The problem he has, as Meghan alluded to, is that the Republicans are in no way unified on what he should do. The Democrats are pretty solid on this, but the president has to figure out a way to work with Congress, which he hasn't done since January 20th.
And the one place Republicans, Meghan, are unified, tax reform, can they get it through?
Listen, if we don't get some kind of win going forward into midterms, it's going to be very dangerous for people up for re-election. I certainly hope so, but again, there's it's such a fractured party. There's so much infighting right now. I wouldn't get too far ahead of myself.
All right. Would you give your father our best?
Thank you. Listen, he's doing good. I mean, he's all things considered, and we are so blessed and so lucky to have the healthcare team, especially at NIH. Shout out to them, the doctors who I'm on speed dial with all the time. We're so lucky. I just want to bring more awareness to glioblastoma and brain cancer. It's part of the reason why I am working at The View. I hope you all come on at some point, but he's doing really well, and I really appreciate all the prayers and thoughts everyone has given my family. It really is deeply meaningful.
Yeah, we saw your father and Vice President Biden together on that issue the other night.
Yeah. I gotta love Joe Biden. I mean, I don't agree with him on much, but he's a wonderful man.
And one thing we do agree on, you fit right in on The View.
Well, I'm very nervous, so thank you.
You're holding your own.
Thank you very much.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.